Good evening, students. So today we will discuss the topic adolescents, need and problems of adolescents, and various developments happens, among the adolescents, like emotional, social, and cognitive developments of adolescents in detail. Right, guys? Then, we will proceed. First, we'll discuss about meaning of adolescent, then, various types of developments, then need and problems of adolescents. Right, guys? So we start our topic with the adolescent. Guys, adolescence word, it is derived from the Latin word adolescere, means grow up, and growing. Adolescere means growing. Basically, adolescent is a transitional age of rapid physical and psychological human development, generally occurs between childhood and adulthood. Anna, you have seen that now you all have gone through this process of adolescence. So there is a rapid development, okay, in adolescent, a stage, and it occurs between childhood and adulthood. Even one psychologist, Stanley Hall, has said that he has given a one definition. He said that adolescent as a period of great strain and stress, storm and strife. Means there is a lot of a storm goes inside during the adolescent period. So this is the most important and interesting topic, right, guys? Because after becoming a teacher and principals, we have to deal with the adolescents, right, guys? You must know about the adolescents. Stanley Hall has given a definition: adolescent as a period of a great strain and stress, storm and strife, right? Basically, you have to understand three main stages of adolescent. Number one, early adolescence, 9 to 13 age. 9 to 13 age. This age is characterized by spurt of growth and development of secondary sexual characteristics. Second, mid-adolescent. So it is between 14 to 15 years. What happens in this age? This age is distinguished by the development of separate identity from parents, new relationships with peer groups, and the opposite sex and experimentation. Means when any child reaches on the age of a 14 and 15 years, he start making a separate identity from the parents. Okay, you have seen that. Malab, he started to develop new relationships with the peer group and from the opposite sex, right? And third stage of late adolescent. Late adolescent falls between 16 to 19 years. What happens in this? In this stage, adolescents have fully developed physical characteristics similar to adult and have formed a distinct identity and have well-formed opinion and ideas. Now, guys, you can see that when the child reaches on the age of a 16 to 19, he has developed fully physical development, and as well as he has developed the abstract thinking, decision-making ability, problem-solving ability, and having a well-formed opinion and ideas. Right, guys? So these three stages you must know about the adolescents. Right, guys? Next, we talk about emotional, social, cognitive characteristics or development of adolescent, right? Means what we have to do, first of all, we have to talk about emotional characteristics of adolescents. Now, what are the emotional characteristics of adolescents? Means emotionally how he behaves with the society, then social development of the adolescents, then cognitive means mind development, intellectual development of the adolescents. Right, guys? So all three we discuss one by one. First, we discuss about emotional characteristics or development of adolescent. Right, guys? So, this happen emotionally, all the points you can see that. Okay, during the adolescence period, what are the emotional characteristics or developments happens, among adolescents? You can see that first, I read all the points, emotionally, there is a heightening of emotions. There is a mood swings. Number third, emotionally unstable. Number fourth, high hopes and desires. Number fifth, more sensitive and sense of belonging. Sixth, expressing emotions. Seventh, irrational thinking. Eighth, changes in attitude, interest, and interpersonal relationships. Right, guys? So these all the emotional developments or characteristics happens among adolescents. Okay, now we explain little bit, we talk, okay, so that you will come to know that, okay, what you have to write, you have to explain. The first point of emotional characteristics or a developments of adolescent is heightening of emotions. Guys, you all have gone through this stage and you know that, okay, when the person reaches on the adolescent stage, so there is a heightening of emotions. Anna, you talk about love, anger, anxiety, fear, means it goes, on the height. When the adolescent start hating the person, he hates strongly. When he start loving the persons, he loves so strongly, right? So everything is on the intense during this stage. Hannah, you have seen that. Number second is mood swings, right? So in this age, adolescent age, there is a fluctuations of the, mood fluctuations occurs, more frequently, right? In a 1 minute, adolescent talks about, so big, and in another minute, matlab, he talks, he doesn't talk, right? What happens in a 1 minute? An adolescent is up in the clouds, and next he is in the depth of despair. Now, what happens now? You have seen that now. He says that, okay, I will do this thing, this thing, all the assignments I will do that, all the formalities I will complete it. Okay. In the second moment, what happens? He says that, I cannot do that. Well, there is a basically this is due to the mood swings, fluctuations of the moods. Okay. And what the teacher does, teacher starts scolding the person. So basically, teacher should know that it is a part, it is due to the mood swings of the adolescent. Basically, guys, you have to understand the student first. Only then you can teach effectively to the student. Teaching does not mean pouring the content into the mind of the student and finishing the syllabus. This is not called of teaching. That's why it is said that teaching is not everybody's cup of tea. You can only teach to the student, guide to the student, if you have the knowledge of educational psychology, educational philosophy, skill and teaching. Only then you can teach effectively. That's why these all the topics are in your B.Ed or M.Ed syllabus. Right, guys? Number third is emotionally unstable. Right? So in this stage, adolescent is a not stable emotionally. Right? Emotions are not under control. You have seen that now there is a outburst of a temper often noticed. And he does not tolerate over strictness of the parents, of the teachers. So guys, in this stage, if you are a teacher, you have to become the friend of the adolescent. If you are a parent, okay, you have to become the friend of adolescent. Okay. Next, high hopes and desires. There is a lot of a high hopes and desires because he is emotionally unstable. He cannot take the decision accurately. So sometimes there is a high expectations and high hopes. So most of the time, adolescent in this stage, he remains in the world of a fantasy and daydreaming, right? Malab, he is far away from the reality. Okay, Malab, you have seen that there is a lot of expectation he does. Such adolescents develop a feeling of a loneliness, right? Number fifth point is a more sensitive and sense of belonging. Okay, Malab, they are very much, they have the loyalty among towards the group in this stage. Malab, they have the group loyalty and sentiments of a love develops when he feels very strongly. When they react very vigorously, right? Expressing emotions. Okay, they start expressing the emotion, they start talking, to every person. And even many times you have, told to the student not to, disclose this thing, but they start expressing the emotions because this is not in the hand of the adolescents. This is all due to the, emotional developments happens during this stage, right? Irrational thinking. Adolescent, in this stage, well, their thinking level, decision making skills didn't develop actually, right? They seems to act without thinking. Okay, decision making skills are still developing, right guys? And he is still learning, results in risk sometimes. Okay, next, changes in attitude, interest and interpersonal relations. And you have seen that there is a changes in attitude, aptitude, interest among adolescents. So there is a variations in these all the things. So guys, these are some of the emotional characteristics or developments happens during the adolescent age, right guys? So we move to the next, social characteristics or developments of adolescents, right? Emotional developments of adolescents we have covered. Now we talk about what are the social developments of the adolescents happens. Okay, first I read all the points. Number one is building relationships. Number second, social interest. Number third, sexual maturity. Number four, seeking social approval. Number fifth, spirit of selfless service. Number six, group loyalty. Number seventh, searching for identity. Number eight, peer pressure. Number nine, looking for new experiences. Number 10, thinking more about right and wrong. Guys, when you have to prepare this topic, you just have to note the points, nothing else. Because if you know the points, you can explain in your in your way, right? If you have if the concept is clear to you, right? So number first, we discuss little bit. Number first, building relationship. You know that what happens in this stage, they start building a new relationships, new contacts with the with the society, right guys? Social interest, second point. Definitely in this age, in the age of adolescent, they start showing the social interest. They show more interest in attending the parties, celebrations, where the member of the both sexes meet. They discuss social problems openly and freely. You have seen. Number third, sexual maturity. They becomes very conscious of his or her sex, right? They want to have a friendship with members of the opposite sex in this stage. Number four, seeking social approval. They always in the way of getting the social approval. Matlab they want be praised by their parents, by their teachers, by their friends. They seek the social approval. They want to make their identity. They want social approval of a various modes of behaviors, right? The number fifth point is a spirit of a selfless service. You have seen that now in this stage, they start, giving the services, without any selfish motive. They learn qualities of a sympathy, cooperation, obedience in the company of a society members. That's why, na guys, right? This is the age of learning basically, right? Because when you reach on the adulthood age, so that was difficult to give such kind of a giving the knowledge, right? That's why it is always said that adolescent age is the age of a learning, and whatever you have learned in this age, you can never forget up to the last stage, right? Group loyalty. Well, they are very loyal towards the group. Okay, they show the cooperations, each and everything towards the group. Searching for a identity. In this stage, adolescent wants, malab he should be praised by the other, he should be identified by the others. They always in the search of a identity. They want to make their identity, malab they want that everybody know him or her, right? Peer pressure. Guys, what happens in this stage, there is a lot of a peer pressure, right? So this is your duty, being teacher, being parents. Okay, the company of your child and your student, it should be good. Okay, because there is a lot of a peer pressure. Looking for a new experience. Adolescent in this age, guys, starts for the new experiences. He always ready for taking a new risks. Okay, then you have to guide the adolescents. Okay, because it happens due to the due to the adolescents, due to the emotional and you can say that this is a age, as the Stanley has said that it is a age of a great stress and storm. Okay, due to the glands, due to the development of the glands, right? It is happening. So due to that, development, this, emotions and such thing happens. And the last is thinking about more about right and wrong. Now they start whether they start discussing, they start criticizing, whether it is they start giving his or her views. Okay, and the next time they change, because there is a fluctuations due to the development of the glands, right? So this is all social characteristics or developments of a adolescent, right? So 10 points we have also discussed here. And the emotional, previous slide, emotional developments of the adolescents, we have also discussed the 8 or 10 points, right? So when the questions comes, so 8 or 10 points you have to define. And first you have to define about the adolescents. Okay, notes I have given to you guys. Okay, you can see that the paper 1 note, psychology of learning and development. Okay, there is a first chapter. I think second chapter, first chapter is of psychology, second chapter is of the adolescent. Okay, where I have given all the notes of the adolescents and all the points, 10 points with explanation, right? The social, emotional, cognitive developments of the adolescents, right? Third, we talk about cognitive development of adolescents, cognitive or intellectual. Okay, we say the intellectual development also, or cognitive development. Okay, so guys, what happens, intellectually, mentally, cognitively in this adolescent age, in the adolescent age? Number one, development of intelligence. So this is an important point, guys. Adolescent reaches up to maximum intelligence in this age. And now first we have defined now all the three categories of the adolescents up to 16 or 19 adolescent. And now when it is asked by the age of a adolescent, so from 13 to 19 basically, right? So adolescent reaches its intelligence, maximum intelligence in this age. Okay, and after that, when he grows, when he reaches on the adulthood, when he becomes adult, and after that, after 30, after 35, intelligence, matlab, it reaches maximum up to the adolescent age, then start declining. Okay, little bit. Number second is abstract thinking. Guys, now this is a stage, right? He has developed fully the abstract thinking. Concrete to abstract, you know that now there is a one maxims of teaching. You have to teach to the student from concrete to abstract. First you have to tell the students about the concrete things, then you have to lead the student, bring the student, take the student towards the abstract things. Okay, but for a child, but when they are a adolescent, so now they have developed fully about the abstract thinking. Okay, you can talk regarding this. Development of imaginations, so they have already developed of the imaginations also, right? Capacity to concentrate. Now guys, this is the age, this is the stage where they can concentrate, right? Because this is the third stage of a adolescence. When he reaches up to the last stage of a adolescent, it is up to the 18 or 19, right? He has developed the capacity to concentrate. Okay, matlab it comes under the intellectual development of adolescent. Development of a logic, and starting may you see that now he does not develop the logic, now he develops the logic. He comes to know that okay, from that way I can solve that problem. Even he develops the problem solving activities, right? Development of an interest, experiential learning. Yes, this is a most important. What is experiential learning? Learning from the experience, from the old experience. Now he fully develops the ability to compare the old and new information. Now the adolescent can learn from the previous experiences, right guys? So ability of a decision making, now he can take the decision making ability, problem solving ability, and the last, maximum development of intelligence. This is the age of a he reaches up to the maximum maximum during this period, reaches up to maximum intelligence of this period, right guys? So this is all points of intellectual development of adolescents. So basically 8 or 10 points now we have discussed under the emotional development of intelligence. 8 or 10 points we have discussed under the social development of intelligence, or 8 or 10 points we have developed under the intellectual development of intelligence, right guys? And starting we have talked about the adolescents, right? And about the different categories of the adolescents. Thank you so much guys for this lecture. Okay, one topic is left: need and problems of adolescents. Yes, we also cover about what is the need and adolescents of needs and problems of the adolescents, right? So guys, these are some of the points which talks about the need and problems of adolescents. You have seen that Malab, they need love of during this period. They need security. They feel insecure because they don't know whether they can take the decision accurately or not during when they are moving towards the age of a adolescent, from child towards the adolescent, right? Because we have talked about the decision making ability and the problem solving ability. Well, they develop when he reaches up to the full stage of a adolescent, up to the 18 or 19. Okay, but they need the love, security, they need for freedom and independence. You have seen that. They want, the adolescent wants that. They need the freedom. They want to do the work by themselves. Okay, they want the independence. They do not tolerate the over strictness of the parents and the teachers. Okay, if you teach, you guide as a friend, so definitely they agrees and they start working on it. But you cannot do over strictness, right? Because you have to understand this is a age of a, because he is lot of going on inside the adolescents, right? Need for a self-expression and achievement. We have done all the three developments we have done: emotionally, socially, and intellectually, so these points we are coming from there. Needs for self-expressions and achievement. He wants that, he wants the social approval of the society. Need for recognitions and approval, we have already covered. Need for social life. Adjustment problems, this is the important one. Adolescents, he cannot adjust on that time. You have seen that there is an adjustment problem. Basically, why the adjustment problem? You have to see, guys, and you start scolding the student, you start blaming the student. He cannot adjust. You have seen some teachers and principals, they start labeling on the student. Are bhai, first of all, you have to understand this is the age of the adolescent. This is the age of a great storm going inside the adolescent. This is the age of a development of the glands inside the adolescents. If he is not adjusting himself because of this problem, not you start thinking that he is not going according to you, right guys? So you have to understand this. Adjustment difficulties with school disciplines. So naturally, right, even you don't know how to tackle the adolescent, and you start giving the over strictness, right? If the principal by sitting at his chamber, or teacher writes one order, and he says that all of the student and teacher has to follow this order, how it would be possible, guys? Right? That they cannot uh, agree, they cannot go according to the you have to understand the student. You have to give the coaching, you have to give the knowledge, informations, lecture according to the need and interest of the student. Guys, if you think that now this all educational process, for example, if it is a drama or a film, for example, right, all the school building, all the teachers, all the principals, all the members, management, if it is a drama or a film, then guy, child is the hero of the drama. Everything is for the child. Child is not for the everything. Child is not made for the good school, good teachers, and good other things. Okay, these all things are for the child. So then guys, the very important thing you have to understand, you have to go according to the need and interest of the child. Okay, you have to act psychologically. That's why now this is in your syllabus. Financial problem, friendship problem, sex problem, physical problem, childhood and adulthood conflict. So guys, actually these all the points we have already discussed, in all the developments. Okay, naturally they have the financial problem, they want the friendship with the opposite sex. Okay, they don't uh, you know uh, 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 you can say um, obey about the uh, sometimes he does not obey because of the over strictness, right? Sex problem. Okay, they want the always attracted towards the opposite sex in this age generally happens. Physical problem, childhood and adulthood conflict. Sometimes he talks about talks like a child, and sometimes he talks like an adult. Hana, you have seen that. Okay, sometimes he says that I can do this job. Okay, Anna, sometimes he says that I cannot do that job, because this is all happening due to the developments of the glands. So this is the need and problems of adolescents. Okay, so all the points we have also discussed about the under the development of a emotional, social and intellectual development of adolescents, right guys? So thank you so much guys. So in this topic, our whole unit second is cleared. Okay, it was talking about adolescents, social development of adolescent, emotional development, intellectual development and needs and problems of the adolescents, right guys? Thank you so much guys once again. So I'm going to stop the recording.